Okay, now we're going to draw the walls of the house. So I'm going to open up a new part document again. And I'm going to sketch on the front plane. I'm going to start with the bottom of the house. We're just basically drawing the front profile of the house. So I'm going to center this line right on the origin by holding control down, selecting the line and the origin, and then I can choose midpoint, and I'm going to dimension this 12 meters. And I'm going to hit the F key. Now that gives me some scale so I can kind of draw freehand. So I'm just going to draw a basic shape of a house. If you notice, I'm kind of placing it where the snaps kind of give it some shape. And what that tells this line is it tells it wants to be perpendicular from this point. Same with this line, so notice they're black and they're all defined. And now I can say this height here I want to be 3 meters. And I can dimension this one over here as well, but I have a couple of options. I can select them both and select equal, or I can select this point, hold control down, select this point, and then I can choose those 2 points to be horizontal. And now that line is stuck there. It's not going to move. That point's going to stay horizontal to this point. So if I change this to say 4, that line will move too. I'm going to move it back down to 3. And for this top peak here, the dimension from here to here is 6. So I'm just going to select that point and this bottom line, and that'll be 6 meters. Now if you notice, this is still blue. I think because this point isn't defined totally, we can still move it around. So we want it to be directly over the origin. So we hold our control key down and we select these 2 points, and then we can say we want them to be vertical to each other. Now I want to extrude this. I'm going to extrude it mid-plane. For some reason it's asking me what contour I want to extrude. I'm going to say 12 meters mid-plane. That looks good to me. Now what we want to do is we want to hollow out the interior of the walls. So I'm going to go to the bottom of the wall part at this point and hit sketch. And then what I want to do is basically make a smaller square in here. So I'm going to choose this surface, and I'm going to go up here to offset entities, and I want my walls to be 0.2 meters thick. So I'm going to offset 0.2 meters, and you see it's going the wrong way. I can either click in here and you can see the arrow is saying, oh, it's going to go in here, or I can hit reverse and it'll go in here. So I'm going to hit reverse, and then what I'm going to do is just cut that all the way through. I'm going to hit the space bar and go to a trimetric view so you can see what we have so far. As you can see, we have a basic shell of the walls of a simple house. Now on the front of the house, I want to sketch a door. And similar to our previous sketch, I'm going to choose this origin, hold the control button down, and select this bottom line, and I want to make it a midpoint relationship. And our door is 1.2 meters wide, and it is 2.2 meters high. Now I can say through all, and it'll go through the entire house, and I'll have a back door as well. Or I can just say up to next, and it'll just go through the first wall. So I'm gonna hit up to next for now. Later on, when you're making your own house and you need to make a back door, you can actually come back here, right click on this, edit feature, and then say through all, and then you'll have a back door as well. But I'm gonna move mine back. Okay, and then you can also hit the sketch, and I'm gonna click the hold the spacebar down and go normal to my sketch where I'm gonna make my window. And as far as this window goes, it's pretty much up to you what dimensions it is, so I'm just gonna leave it undefined, and then I'm just gonna cut it again. Up to next. And now I'm gonna save this file in my same CampD folder. I'm gonna save it as walls. That concludes this lesson. Thank you.